Well, you know, they say that our politeness in this day of electronic communications has simply twittered away. But we all know Mom was right. Good manners never go out of style. Well, you're about to meet a Seattle woman who's happy to teach us the finer points of etiquette and remind us all, always, always write a thank you note.
The knife then goes across the top of your plate.
She is the maven of manners.
If you spill something, again, don't jump up and make a big deal of it.
The darling of decorum.
This is the only way to cut anything.
The princess of polish.
Never go to a business dining event hungry.
Mary Mitchell is a renowned etiquette expert, a woman of the world who dispenses wisdom from a charming Seattle houseboat. Her profession, however, had an unlikely beginning.
My whole career in etiquette and manners comes out of fear, because when I was very young, I was living in different countries and I was just terrified that I was going to get deported for doing something wrong. Well, manners and etiquette are very different. You know, manners come from the inside, and they're all about our attitudes. They're about how we treat other people. Etiquette comes from the outside. That's just a bunch of rules. It's just the do's and the don'ts, and the etiquette changes all the time. I'd just like to talk to you about the mindset and the mechanics of business dining. Your bread is always going to be on the left.
Mary speaks all over the world, and locally too, such as here at Seattle Pacific University.
Your fork stays in the left hand.
Her goal is to empower youth and others to feel comfortable in any setting. You know, freedom from that old fear she knows so well.
That a napkin is not, it's not a flag. I mean, haven't you seen people who sit down, they go, whew. It's not a flag. And it's also not a drop cloth for a feeding frenzy. You've seen this, you know, it's not a bib. When we make an investment in understanding what's behind this, and we understand that when you learn the rules, actually the rules free us. They don't incarcerate us.
I took this class because I'm doing some business networking and I want to have good etiquette when I go to business events and business dinners.
I will definitely not put my food into my napkin if I don't like it, because I don't want it flying across the table if I accidentally put my napkin somewhere that it shouldn't be. So.
Mary's mentor was one of the country's most famed protocol experts, Letitia Baldridge. Baldridge served as social secretary in the Kennedy White House in the 60s.
There was absolutely nothing pretentious about her, and I think that's why she's really one of my heroes, because she certainly took the whole starch out of etiquette. Okay, now let's get big arms. Let's get the hips.
Now what is this, you ask? An etiquette queen leading Seattle gym classes? How does exercise relate to good manners?
Faster. Woo! I believe so strongly that there is a tremendous connection between a healthy body and our mind. Woo, yes! It's why I got involved in Zumba, because I can't focus on my to-do list when I'm dancing. And I like to encourage other people to do that too. Woo, yeah, good job. Other way.
Mary believes that movement reboots our brains and we behave better. But even the experts mess up.
I screw up all the time. You have no idea. In fact, probably my next book is going to be all the screw-ups that I've done.
So the next time you grab your napkin, write a thank you note, or respond with kindness, remember your refined manners could bring big change.
What we need to remember is that there are only two true gifts we have: the gift of time, the gift of attention. What can speak to us more than helping somebody do what they do better and more confidently? I think it just makes a better world.
You know, Mary has written 9 books and they've been translated into nearly a dozen different languages. Her bestseller to date is still The Complete Idiot's Guide to Modern Manners. And you can still read a regular column that she writes for the Reuters News Service.
Your city, your stories on Citystream. Fighting robots and golfing hotshots, picture-taking cats and stylish hats, exploring the beach and delicious treats, silver bowls and painting walls, bicycle cops and Seattle-grown crops, SUVs and urban trees, city bees and jogging dogs, historic halls and pickleballs, baby seals and cheap deals. Your city, your stories on Citystream. Thursdays at 7 p.m. on Seattle Channel 21, at any time on seattlechannel.org.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Citystream from the Elliott Bay Bookstore. Sure hope you've enjoyed the program. And remember, if you want more information about any of the stories you've seen in this program or about the bookstore itself, just remember that website. It is seattlechannel.org/Citystream. And remember, Elliott Bay Bookstore is much more than just a bookstore. It's a place where you can browse 150,000 different titles on the shelves. You can come here to hear authors' readings and sign up for book clubs. In fact, I picked up a few titles to do a little summer book reading, so a lot to do ahead of me. Thanks again for joining us for Citystream. I'll see you next time. I'm Penny Legate.